सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्द्रव्यस्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चिता मतिः। So we saw that the Purva Pakshi is raising the doubt, specific doubts regarding the prayojanam of this text, that is Jnanena Moksha. And we saw that there are two parts of this doubts, of his objections. One is that Jnanena Moksha iti na, means by knowledge Moksha, which is in the form of bandhan nivrutti, removal of bondage, is not possible. And the second part is karmana moksha, by karma moksha is possible. And we completed the first part of this objection, that is jnanena moksha itina, where the main argument which the Purva Pakshi gave was that bondage is real, and anything which is real cannot be removed by jnanam. Therefore, this removal of bondage by jnanam is not possible. And for that, or to show that bondage is not superimposed.
Bondage is real because it cannot be established to be mithya, because it cannot be established to be adhyasa.
So he established that bondage is real because bondage cannot be established to be mithya. Why? Because bondage is not adhyasta, superimposed. And why is it not adhyasta? Because the adhyasa samagri, the requisites for any adhyasa to happen, are not there. And not there means where are not there? Or with respect to what? With respect to the superimposition of anatma on atma.
What is the connection between anatma adhyasa and bandha adhyasa?
Yes. So here bandha itself is anatma.
Or rather anatma itself is bandha.
Yes. So when either we can say bandha adhyasa or we can say anatma adhyasa on atma. And he showed that there are 5 factors which are there, or 5 requisites which are necessary for any adhyasa to happen. One is the impressions which are born of the experience of real entity, means empirical entity.
Empirically real entity.
Yes, empirically real entity. Then the second is the defect in the pramata. Then the third is the defect in the pramanam. Then the fourth is the defect in the prameya, and that defect is in the form of sadrushyam, similarity between the adhishthanam and the adhyastha. And the fifth defect is the ignorance of the specific aspect of the adhishthanam and the knowledge of the general aspect of the adhishthanam. And then the Purva Pakshi showed how in all these 5 causal factors or requisites are not there with regard to the anatma adhyasa on atma. And then finally he said, since no causal factor is there, therefore we cannot say that anatma or bondage is adhyasta on atma. On the other hand, means since anatma or bondage is not superimposed and therefore it is not mithya. But still, bondage is experienced. Therefore, bondage or anatma is real. And therefore, being real, it cannot be removed by knowledge. Because the nature of knowledge is to remove something which is not real. And therefore, the prayojanam of this text, which you have said, that is jnanena mokshaha, is improper. And by this, further if we extend, what that Granthakara wants to say is that since the prayojanam itself is not established, therefore there is no need to start this text. And after that, in the text proper, the second objection is explained, that is karmana mokshaha. And after that, the samadhanani means the answers to both these objections are given. And for the ease of understanding, we started with the 83rd avarta on page 51, which gives, or from which the answers to the first objection of the Purva Pakshi regarding prayojanam is given. So it is said, prayojana vishayakakshepanam samadhanani. And here we can add prayojana vishayaka vishesha akshepanam samadhanani. The answers to the objections which are specific regarding the prayojanam of this text.
This is the title for how many akshepa?
For both the akshepas, both the objections of the Purva Pakshi. And in that, the first akshepa is answered. And what is the akshepa? Jnanena mokshaha iti na. To that it is said, means that title is given, bandhaha satyah sacha jnanena na nivarteta iti akshepasya samadhanani. The answer to the objection that bondage is real and that bondage would not be removed by knowledge. So, the answer to the first objection regarding the prayojanam. And first of all, what the Siddhanti says is that you had said that bondage is real. And so Siddhanti gives the answer in 83rd avarta, bandhaha mithya. Bondage is unreal. And this is explained. Bandhaha satyah nasa jnanena nivartyate iti akshepaha asangatah. Bondage is real and that bondage would not be removed by knowledge. In this manner, the objection is improper. And here improper means invalid. So such
improper, actual translation irrelevant. Sangata means relevant, irrelevant. Here irrelevant means invalid.
So the objection which is raised by the Purva Pakshi is invalid. And why is it so? Bandhasya mithyattvena jnanaika nirvartyatvad. Since bondage is mithya, therefore it has got the status of being removed by knowledge alone. And therefore the akshepa is asangata. So here, what the answer is given is based on a anumana. Bandhaha mithya. Why? We can say adhyastatvad. Like what? Rajju sarpavat. So this particular anumanam is based on the context which is here, which is going on here. Otherwise, another anumanam also can be put. Bandhaha mithya drashyatvad gatadivat. So another anumanam also, by another anumanam also we can show that bondage is mithya. But here contextually we are putting this anumanam.
Gatadivat we will not say. Swapna prapancham.
Yes.
For Drishtanta should be some paripanna.
Yes. Yes. So, Swapna Prapanchavat. So that Anumana, we are not using it in this case because the context is regarding Adhyasa. So here the Anuma, what is the Anumanam? Bandha mithya adhyastatvad rajju sarpavat. Bondage is unreal. Why? Because it is superimposed. Like what? Like the rope snake. When this is said, then the Purva Pakshi will say that we have already established that bondage is not superimposed. Then how can you use that superimposed or superimposition itself as the hetu to establish bondage is mithya? So when this type of query is raised, then now from the next avarta, the Siddhanti one by one shows that how the causal factors which the Purva Pakshi had said, the causal factors for any adhyasa which the Purva Pakshi had said is not there with regard to the superimposition of anatma on atma, that whatever Purva Pakshi had said is not correct.
See, in that what we are saying that all the factors we are not denying. We are saying that out of these 5, some factors are not decisively or definitely causal, and some factors which are causal are available. So, what is not there is not required. What is required is there. That is going to be our answer. So, it's not that all factors we are going to dismiss. Last factor we do accept.
Yes.
So, but we are saying that out of this, all factors are not causal.
Yes.
Some factors are not causal, some factors are causal, and whatever is causal is there, and whatever is not there is not causal. And some factors are causal, but in a refined manner causal. So, all with reference to all 5 factors, we have got different answers. We don't have like one answer you gave is not there. But all factors are not causal, we don't say. We are going to say that some factors are causal but in a refined manner. Some factors are not regularly causal. Some factors are causal and they are there.
Okay. So the Purva Pakshi had said that Bandaha Anadhyastaha. Why? Adhyasa Samagri Rahitatvat. So there the Purva Pakshi said that bondage is not superimposed because of the absence of all 5 causal factors. And to this particular Anumanam which the Purva Pakshi had said, we are going to refine the understanding or refine the causal status of all the factors in different ways. That is, that some causal factor is not a causal factor.
In a definite sense, regular sense.
So some causal factor is not a causal factor in regular sense.
In all the cases.
And some causal factor is a causal factor, but in refined manner it is a causal factor. And whatever is the causal factor that is available with regard to the anatma dhyasa on atma. So thus from the 84th avarta, one by one, regarding each causal factor, the answer will be given. And first, the answer with regard to the first causal factor is given, and that now is answered, told. Satya vastu jnanam adhyasa hetuhu iti na niyamaha. So it is said that the knowledge of the entity which is empirically real is the cause of adhyasa. In this manner, this rule is not there. By this, what is suggested is that if Satya Vastu Jnanam is there or not there. In both the cases, Adhyasa can be possible. Means there is a possibility that even without Satya Vastu Jnanam, Adhyasa is there. And now, first of all, the Siddhanti restates in different words what the Purva Pakshi had said. It is said, Yad Uktam, what was said. And that Yad Uktam is finally connected to the last word of the paragraph. Tad Ayuktam, what was said by the Purva Pakshi, that is improper. And in between what the Purva Pakshi had said is told. Parmartha Satya Vastu Jnanam Samskara Dwara Adhyasa Hetuhu. The knowledge of the entity which is empirically real is the cause of Adhyasa through impressions. Means there is Parmartha Satya Vastu Jnanam, through that there is samskara of that Satya Vastu, and that samskara leads to Adhyasa. And now example is given for that. Yatha Parmartha Sarpa Jnanam Samskara Dwara Pratibhasika Sarpadhyasa Hetuhu. Just as the knowledge of the snake which is empirically real through the impressions becomes the cause of Adhyasa of the snake which is subjectively real. Yadi Bandha api evam Satyah syat tada Satya Bandha Jnanam syat. And if bondage also would be real in this manner means in the manner the snake is real, in that manner if bondage would be real, then there would be the knowledge of that real bondage, means the bondage which is empirically real. Tacha samskara dwara adhyasa hetuhu syat. And that Satya Bandha Jnanam would become the Adhyasa Hetu through samskara, impressions. Na tatha Advaita Siddhantaha. Advaita Siddhantaha means the principle of non-duality is not in that manner. Siddhante Atmanaha Anyasya Anatma Matrasya Asatyatvat. Because in the Siddhanta, in the Advaita principle, there is unreality of the entire Anatma. Here Matra is Karsnyarthe. Of the entire Anatma which is different from Atma. Tasmat. Yes?
What is the Tatha? Na Tatha Advaita Siddhanta. Previous sentence, no?
Tatha means that Bandha is Satya. That is not there.
That is Tatha. Bandha Satya.
Yes.
That is not Advaita
Siddhanta.
Why? Because everything other than Atma is
unreal. Tasmat means since bondage is not real, therefore samskara dwara adhyasa samagri bhuta satya bandha jnanasya asiddhehe na bandha adhyastah iti vaktum shakyate. Since bondage is not real, therefore there is non-establishment of the knowledge of bondage which is empirically real, in which is in the form of the requisite for superimposition through impression. And since such non-establishment is there, therefore it is not possible to say that bondage is superimposed. Kintu satyaha, but bondage is real. Iti yaduktam tad ayuktam. In this manner, what was said, that is improper.
So we are seeing the answer to the objection number 1 raised by Purvapakshi with regard to the prayojanam of this text. Prayojanam of this text is Nanena Moksha Bandha Nivritti. And for that, Purvapakshi is raising 2 objections. One is that Bandha is real, therefore Nanena Na Nivartyaha. Second, he is going to say Moksha is possible, Bandha Nivritti is possible by karma. And therefore, Danena Moksha Rupa Prayojanam is not established. That is going to be the approach of Purvapakshi. So in the first part, what he had said, Bandhaha Satyaha Sachak Danena Na Nivarteta. Bondage is real and therefore it is not removed by Dana. So Bandhaha Jnana Nivartyaha. Jnanena Anivartyaha. Why? Satyatvat. Satyatvat means the Drishtanta will be the Rajju Bandhanavat. So somebody is tied with a rope, it will not be removed by simply Dhanam. He is having positive thought, no? I am free, I am free, I am free. It will not go away. So Bandhaha Dhanena Na Nivartyaha or Jnana Nivartyaha. Why? Satyatvat. And Bandhaha Satyaha. Why? Anadhyastatvat. In between also we can Bandha Satyaha Pratiyamanatve Sati Amithyatvat. In between also we can bring Bandhaha Satyaha Pratiyamanatve Sati Amithyatvat. Means it is experienced and it is not mithya. Therefore what? It should be Satya. Like what? Parvatadivat, mountain, etc. Experienced but not mithya, therefore real. And then Bandhaha Na mithya. Why? Anadhyastatvat. Say Parvatadivat. And Bandhaha Na adhyastaha. Why? Adhyasa samagri rahitatvat. Bandha is not superimposed. Why? Because it is free from, devoid of adhyasa samagri. There is no requirements available for the superimposition of bondage on Atma. Anatma Rupa Bandha cannot have superimposition upon Atma because the samagri is not there. For that example, what can it be there?
I think this is a Vyatireka Anumana.
Why?
I could not think for more.
That's why I thought I had difficulty, but then finally I thought. Paka samagri rahita pakva tandulavat. Apakva tandulavat. Paka samagri rahita apakva tandulavat. Means rice grain, uncooked rice grain, devoid of the things for cooking, the requisites for cooking. Possible or not? The rice कच्चे क्यों रह गए? Means rice are not cooked. Why? वो पूछा, cook को पूछा, why rice are uncooked? बोले कि चूल्हा नहीं था, पानी नहीं था. है ना? Possible or not?
Yes.
That's why. Is it okay? The example, yes. What? Bandhaha anadhyastaha or na adhyastaha. Why? Adhyasa samagri rahitatvat. Right? Similar, like what? Paka samagri rahita apakva tandulavat. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that possible? No?
Yes, sir.
मुझे भी सोचना पड़ा easy come. Then I just have to think that similar thing will where it will be. Adhyasta means like what? Cooked. Okay. So is clear?
Yes.
So that adhyasa samagri rahitatvat. And then adhyasa samagri is not there. That was presented by Purva Pakshi. And that was the presentation given in the 66 to 72. And for that samadhana is argued. Bandhaha satyaha nasa jnanena nivartyate iti akshepa asangata bandhasya mithyattvena jnanaika nivartyatvat. That is Siddhanti. Akshepaha asangata. Akshepa is invalid. Why? Because bandha is mithya. Being mithya, it is jnanaika nivartya. So what Siddhanti's anumanam will be what? Bandhaha jnanaika nivartya. Bandha, bondage is removable only by knowledge. Did we translate this word jnanaika nivartya? What yesterday? Might have, yeah. Okay. Because now it looks bad, I didn't translate. Anyway, idea I have conveyed. Bandha is jnanaika nivartya. Why? Mithyatvat. Bandhaha jnanaika nivartyaha mithyatvat. Then second anumanam will be what? Bandhaha mithya adhyastatvat. Bandhaha adhyastatvat. Alright. And how bandha is adhyasta? For us, the main pramanam is Shruti. That bandha is adhyasta because Shruti reveals Atma to be free from bondage. Shruti reveals Atma to be one with Nitya Mukta Brahma. And Adhyasa is there for us Akshepalabhya. One way we see Akshepalabhya is Bandha is Adhyasta because Shruti reveals Atma to be one with Nitya Mukta Brahma. Another way is Shruti presents Bandha Nivrutti by Dhanam. In fact, that is the main argument in Brahma Sutra. But here, okay, so Bandhaha Mithya, why? Jnanaika Nivartyatvat. Here we are telling Mita, Bandhasya Mithyattvena Jnanaika Nivartyatvat. But our main approach is, in Adhyasa Bhashyam, the approach is that Bandha has to be Mithya because Shruti presents Dhanena Moksha. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And they will say that how Dhanena Moksha? Because we said it because Bandha is Adhyasta. Anatmarupa Bandha is Adhyasta. Then Purvapakshi is raising the objection. How can there be Adhyasa of Anatmarupa Bandha on Atma? Because there is no Samagri available. So to that we are answering. Even though our main Siddhanta is that Bandha is Adhyasta mainly because of this Shruti Vakya, that Jnanena Moksha. But when they are bringing us to the level of this logical argument, so then we are answering them. They are saying that Bandhaha Adhyasta is not possible. Purvapakshi says because Adhyasa Samagri is not there. So to them we are giving the answer. Is it clear?
Yes.
Alright. And they had said that Adhyasa Samagri is not there and that 5 conditions were presented. Out of them, the first one was Satya Vastu Dhanam Adhyasa Hetu. And Satya Vastu, Satya Bandha is not there. Therefore, Adhyasa Samagri is not there. First Samagri is not there. So for that Siddhanta is saying Satya Vastu Dhanam Adhyasa Hetu iti na niyama. So it is not a rule that the knowledge of the real thing alone is the cause for Adhyasa. That's not a rule. Only Vastu Dhanam is required. Knowledge of that thing is required. Whether that Vastu is Satyam or Asatyam, that is not Agraha. That is what Siddhanta is going to tell. So Satya Vastu Dhanam Adhyasa Hetu iti na niyamaha. So the causality of Satya Vastu Dhanam is dismissed by Siddhanta. So regarding the first condition, what is our answer? That Satya Vastu Dhanam alone is Adhyasa Hetu. That's not a rule. You should refine your understanding that Vastu Dhanam is the Adhyasa Hetu, not Satya Vastu Dhanam. Okay. Now that Purvapakshi answer, Yadukta Paramartha Satya Vastu Dhanam Samskara Dvara Adhyasa Hetu. See here he is using the word Paramartha. Paramartha Satya Vastu. Why? Because according to Purvapakshi, this all Vyavaharika Padartha are real only. So Paramartha Satya, they need not use the word Vyavaharika. So Paramartha Satya means absolutely real. So for them, it's absolutely real. So he says, the knowledge of absolutely real thing is the cause for Adhyasa through samskara, through the impressions. So Paramartha Satya Vastu Dhanam will be there, samskara will be there, and that samskara will create Adhyasa. And he gave the example that Paramartha Satya Dhanam is the Adhyasa Hetu through samskara. Similarly, if Bandha is real, then Satya Bandha Dhanam will be there. And that Satya Bandha Dhanam will be Adhyasa Hetu through samskara. But that is not Advaita Siddhanta. Means Bandhaha Satyaha, that is not Advaita Siddhanta. And why is it so? Why Bandha Satya is not Advaita Siddhanta? Because in Advaita Siddhanta, anything other than Atma, means all Anatma, is considered to be Asatya. So Anatma Rupa Bandha will be Asatya. And therefore Satya Bandha is not there. And therefore Satya Bandha Jnanam will not be there. Therefore Adhyasa will not happen. Tasmat samskara dvara Adhyasa samagri bhuta Satya Bandha Jnanasya asiddhehe na bandhaha adhyasta iti vaktum sakyate. Means first samagri is not there. Therefore bandha is adhyasta, it cannot be said. Kintu Satya. But bondage is real alone. Why? It is not adhyasta and experience, therefore it should be real. Because something is experienced, then only two possibilities. Either it is real or it is adhyasta. In between is not possible. And therefore kintu satya iti tadayuktam, that is improper. How? That is Siddhanta is telling. Nahi satya vastu dhanameva samskara dvara adhyasa hetuhu. Kintu vastu dhanamatra. So Siddhanta says, Tadayuktam kim? He, because Satya Vastu Gnanam eva, the knowledge of the real thing alone, is the cause for Adhyasa through samskara, through impressions. That is not correct. Now, is it clear? Satya Vastu Gnanam eva samskara dvara Adhyasa hetuhu na. Then what is Adhyasa hetu? Kintu, but Vastu Gnana matram. Only the knowledge of a thing. Like I told yesterday, that for making some puri you require oil. You cannot say, I require the post-spent brand oil. Vastudhanam is required. Is Satya Vastudhanam not required? So Vastudhana matram is, we have to supply what? Adhyasa hetu. Vastudhana matram is samskara dvara adhyasa hetu. Technically it is called Vyartha Visheshana. In your presentation, Siddhanti will say, "Hey Purva Pakshi, when you say Satya Vastu Dana Madhyasa Hetuhu, then you have got Vyartha Visheshana Dosha." What is the Vyartha Visheshana? Satya. Satya is an unnecessary adjective. Like somebody says that, see, our watchman, no, last time watchman was very handsome. Before that also watchman was very handsome. So now he becomes what? Handsome man alone can become a watchman. ये व्यर्थ विशेषण. हैंडसम होने की कोई जरूरत नहीं ना, वॉच टू बिकम ए वॉचमैन. या 5-star होटल में ठीक है, बट आवर हाउस इज नॉट हैंडसम, इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. सो दैट विल बी कॉल्ड व्हाट? व्यर्थ विशेषण. सो सत्य वस्तु दानमेव संस्कार द्वारा अध्यास हेतु इति न, किंतु वस्तु दान मात्रम. Now further he explains what does he mean vastu dana matram. Mere knowledge of a thing is required for the adhyasa of that thing. He says dhanasya vishayi bhutam vastu satyam va mithya va astu na tatra adaraha. The object of the knowledge which is required for adhyasa, the dhanasya vishayi bhutam vastu. Vastu means object. A thing. Vastu will translate thing. A thing which is the object of knowledge. Satyam vastu, let it be real. Mithyava astu, let it be unreal. Vastu, a thing which is the object of knowledge, which is required for adhyasa. We do say that vastu dhanam is required for adhyasa. But the object, the thing which is the object of that knowledge which is required for adhyasa, Satyam astu, let it be real. Mithyava astu, let it be unreal. Tatra na adaraha. Tatra means there. There means vastunaha satyatve mithyatve va. Na adaraha. There is no sense of significance. So in life, this is very important that sometimes we give importance to the things which really does not have importance. नहीं, अब तो चांदी के बर्तन में ही खाएंगे. What is it? In silver vessel. You can say clean vessel we will eat. Is correct. You can say that perhaps I will eat in this vessel where this metal is not going into the food. Some metal may be a very active metal, so we will not eat. That is understandable. But silver में ही खाएंगे, that not necessary. Clean vessel, okay. This other vessel, non-reactive metal, okay. So many things we give importance which doesn't deserve importance. So he said tatra na adaraha. So there, with regard to vastunaha, vishayi bhut, dhanasya vishayi bhuta vastunaha satyatve mithyatve na adaraha, na sense of significance. Now further he explains. He said why there is no adara? There is sense of significance, importance. He says यदि नियमेन संस्कार द्वारा सत्य वस्तु ज्ञानमेव अध्यास हेतु इति अभ्युपगम्येत तर्हि वक्ष्यमाणः अध्यासः न घटेत. He gives very interesting example. He is going to give. He says यदि, if नियमेन, as a matter of rule, by rule, संस्कार द्वारा, through impression, सत्य वस्तु ज्ञानम एव, the knowledge of real thing alone is adhyasa hetuhu, is the cause for the adhyasa, iti abhyupagamyeta. In this manner it was accepted, or it would be accepted. What? Put in simple words, if you insist as a matter of rule that the knowledge samskara, or the knowledge of real vastu, knowledge of real thing through samskara becomes the adhyasetu. As a matter of rule, means you should have the knowledge of real thing, then only it will become adhyasetu. If you insist that, then vakshamanaha adhyasaha, the adhyasa which is going to be talked about, na ghateta, would not take place. Means you will have vyabhichara in your rule, violation of your rule. Your rule is what? Satya Vastu Dhanam alone can create adhyasa. You are making a rule, niyamena. And if you make this rule, then the adhyasa which we are going to quote, describe, will not happen. Means the adhyasa which we are going to quote will become a violation of your rule. Therefore, you cannot make a rule. Alright. If Siddhanti wants to say, we don't say that Satyavastu Dhanam should not be there. Satyavastu also can be there. But it did not be Satyavastu. And he said, if you make a rule, then the situation which we are going to talk about, you cannot account for. You will not be able to explain. And he gives a very good example. Tathahi, the explanation follows. What? Kashchit Purushaha, somebody. Paramartha Amra Vruksham Ajananaha, not knowing real mango tree. Means that person has never seen real mango tree. Imagine a person coming from some Saudi Arabia or somewhere where he has not seen mango tree. Nowadays they have, but earlier days they did not have. So Paramartha Amra Vruksham Ajananaha, who has never known the real mango tree. Okay. Now what happens? Aindra Jalika Pradarshita Mithyamra Vrukshameva Brusham Anubhuya. And he experienced Brusham many times. What? Mithya Amra Vruksha, unreal mango tree alone, which is Pradarshita, which was shown by whom? Aindra Jalika, magician. So he did not see real mango tree. He saw some projected, maybe by light or something. In fact, he saw some unreal mango tree. And another thing, Ayam Amra Vrukshaha iti tadvachaha shrutvacha. And he has been told, this is mango tree. This is mango tree. Iti tadvacha. Tad means Indra Jalika. Vachaha. The words of the magician Shrutva. Cha. So two things. He saw unreal mango tree and he was told that this is a mango. This is mango tree. Okay. So now you have to imagine this situation of a person. A person who has never seen real mango tree, who has seen unreal mango tree, and he has been told this is mango tree. Okay. Now, because of these two things, that he has seen unreal mango tree and he has been told this is mango tree. Therefore, what will happen? Mithya Amra Vruksha Dana Samskara Samskritaha Bhavati. This Purusha. Samskritaha means filled with samskara, the impressions of what? Knowledge of unreal mango tree. Mithya Amra Vruksha. So this person is Samskritaha, filled with, ingrained with the samskara, the impressions of the knowledge, impression which is born of the knowledge. Knowledge of what? Unreal mango tree. He doesn't have the experience of real mango tree, but he has got the experience of unreal mango tree, and thereby he has got the samskara of unreal, the samskara born of the knowledge of unreal mango tree. Now, tasya, for that person, kadachidapi, sometime, kenachidapi pramanena, through any means of knowledge, by seeing, mainly by seeing, kenachidapi pramanena, by some by some means of knowledge. Madhuka Vruksha Vishayaka Darshana Shravanadi Rupam Dhanamapi Nasti. Acha, now let us see. Now seeing etc. doesn't come here. Tasya, for that person, another thing also is there. Kadachidapi, at any time, Kenachidapi Pramanena, by any means of knowledge, Dhanam, the knowledge, in the form of darshana, seeing, shravana, hearing, etc., regarding Vishayaka, Madhuka Vruksha. Madhuka Vruksha is a tree which is like mango but not mango. In Hindi it is called Mahuda. Have you heard the word Mahuda? From that they make alcohol. In English it's called Basia latifolia. Have you heard this name? Basia latifolia. So, okay. So, but then not heard that, very good. So, because it will pass. But I have seen it, I'm not simply telling. Basia latifolia. And I have seen the picture. It looks like mango tree. Especially leaves are like mango tree. Fruit is not exactly like mango tree. But leaves are mango tree. That's called Madhuka Vruksha. See, from that they make country alcohol, liquor, Mahuda. That's called Mahuda. In Mahua it is. Mahua in Hindi. Mahua. Amma, have you heard it? Mahua? Mahua? You have not heard. Okay. So Madhuka Vruksha. That's why I think Madhuka, from that Madhu is alcohol. Madhuka Vruksha Vishayaka Darshana Shravanadi Rupam Dhanamapi Nasti. So this person is highly qualified person. We have to qualify him. He has got the samskara of the knowledge, samskara born of the knowledge of unreal mango tree, and he does not have the any type of knowledge in the form of seeing or hearing of the Madhuka Vruksha, this Madhuka tree. By any pramana. Means this person has never seen this is Madhuka. Somebody told. So he doesn't have knowledge by any means. Now this qualified person. Qualified and unqualified, whatever. Sa Purushaha, that person. Yadrichaya, by chance. Marga Madhye, on the way. Madhuka Vruksham Kanchana Drishtva, on seeing the tree which is Madhuka Vruksha. Desya latifolia. So on seeing this Madhuka Vruksha, Tasmin, with regard to that Madhuka Vruksha, Ambra Vrukshaha Ayam. This is a mango tree. उसने बताया था ना. So he will say, that tree I saw. So, Ambra Vruksha Ayam. This is a mango tree. Iti Ambra Vruksha Dhyasam Karoti Eva. He definitely does the superimposition of the mango tree. Means it is quite possible. It's not that every time he will do a Karoti Eva means it is quite possible that he will do it. Is it clear? Example is clear, no? The qualified, unqualified person, Devadatta, who is having the samskara of the samskara born of the knowledge of unreal tree, not having the knowledge of Madhuka Vruksha, he can superimpose the Ambra Vruksha on Madhuka Vruksha. Alright. So now Siddhanta is telling Saha Ayam Adhyasaha, that this Adhyasa Purvavadi Mataritya, by way of the opponent, by the method of the view of the opponent, na sambhavyeta, would not be possible. Means if we go by the view of the Purvavadi, then this type of adhyasa will not be possible. Why? Tasya purushasya satya amra vruksha vishayaka prabahita samskara bhavat. So according to Purvapakshi view, this adhyasa, which is quite possible, would not be possible. Why? Tasya purushasya, for that person, since there is abhava, because of the absence, abhavat means because of the absence of the impressions, ahita, brought about by prama, the valid knowledge, Vishayaka regarding real mango tree. For whom? Tasya Purushasya, for that person, our hero of this story. So for that person, since there is no impression born of caused by the valid knowledge regarding the real mango tree, therefore, according to Purvapakshi, that adhyasa is not possible. Whereas it is possible in our life also happens, many things we have not seen, but we have only picture we have seen, unreal we have seen. So movie we have seen. Still we can have adhyasa. So Siddhante tu, whereas in Siddhanta, tasya purushasya aindrajalika pradarshita mithyamra vruksha gnana samskarasya satvat madhuka vrukshe amra vrukshadhyasaha bhavitum arhati. See, we have not seen real ghost. We have seen only in the movie. But still we have got, we can have adhyasa. We some see branch and thoda move, bhoot aa gaya. Possible. So this what example he has given, perhaps it looks foreign to us. But this is quite possible. That real ghost we have not seen. But we have got some, we've seen the movie of the ghost. It was not a real ghost. Real ghost का movie कोई दिखाते ही नहीं. हम वो बात जाएंगे. So they will be showing somebody as ghost. It was not a real ghost. So we have got the samskara born of the experience of unreal ghost. Still, we are superimposing the ghost on something. That adhyasa will not be possible according to Purvapakshi. Why? Because we did not have the samskara born of the knowledge of real ghost. But for us it is possible. Siddhanti, it is possible. So, Siddhanti says, Siddhante tu, whereas in Siddhanta, tasya purushasya, for that person, Aindra Jalika Pradarshita Mithyamra Vrukshadana Samskarasya Sattva. Since there, Sattva means since there is a presence, existence of samskara, the impressions born of Janya means Dana Ja means born of knowledge of unreal mango tree, Amra Vruksha, Pradarshita, shown by Aindra Jalika, magician. So, in Siddhanta, since there is presence of the samskara born of the knowledge of unreal tree shown by the magician, therefore, Madhuka Vrukshe, in that Madhuka Vruksha, Amra Vrukshadhyasaha, the superimposition of mango tree, Bhavitum Arhati, can happen. Deserves to happen, really speaking. Means it is possible to happen. And by this, what Siddhanta is saying? That if you make a rule that Satya Vastu Gnana Janya Samskara alone is required for Adhyasa, then this situation will be violation of your rule. And for us, it will not be. Because our rule is what? Vastu Gnana Samskara. Satya or Mithya is not there. So our rule won't be violated. Whereas your rule will be violated. Tasmat, therefore, Purva Sajatiya Vastu Gnana Janya Samskara eva Uttaradhyasa Hetuhu. Therefore, the impressions born of Janya Samskara is there, no? Impression born of the knowledge of earlier knowledge, Purva. Each earlier knowledge, each prior knowledge of similar thing. This impression born of the each earlier knowledge of similar thing is the cause for the subsequent superimposition. Is it clear? Purva Sajatiya Vastu Dhanajanya. Purva will go with Dhanam. The impression born of the each of earlier knowledge of similar thing. Purva Sajatiya Vastu is not there. Purva Dhanam. Is it clear?
Yes.
Alright. Purva if you take with Sajati also okay, but more it is fitting with the Dhanam. Is it clear? So impression born of knowledge, impression born of the each of earlier knowledge of similar thing is the cause for the subsequent adhyasa. Is it clear? Impression born of janya, born of the each of earlier knowledge of similar thing is the cause for the subsequent adhyasa. Means in simple words, you had the experience of snake, and that experience of snake, whether it is real or unreal, it created samskara. So you had earlier experience of snake, which has created samskara, that becomes the hetu for uttara adhyasa. And now when you have got adhyasa of sarpa, now this experience itself can become the basis for subsequent adhyasa. Okay. And therefore, we don't require the real thing to be experienced for the next adhyasa to happen. Alright. More we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Hari Om.